Excuse me. What's up, Dub Nation? How you doing, guys? I'm back. Let me change a few things. There we go. We are going to look at the Jonathan Kuminga situation. Matter of fact, I should probably change my background. We're going to have Dean Chambers on with us as well. So it's going to be a good night. Let me pull up the background. Boom. Kuminga stalemate. Yeah, I guess that's okay. To my left and your right. I have a Starbucks here, so I got to somehow finish this. But I want to announce the Love Your Dubs Summit. I've talked about it a little bit, and it's live right now, and we'll talk about it some more. But we'll wait for more people to hop on, and then I'll pull up the spreadsheets, and we'll take a look at the cap sheet analysis of all of those. I still have them up, thankfully. Let me pull up the latest article by Keith Smith, which is definitely a good read. It's one of the better ones that I thought it was actually better explained than the Slater one, but the Slater one is important because of the inside sources giving us the contracts that were bandied about. Where's the Keith Smith article? Let's see. There it is. Got it off of Discord, by the way. You guys should all sign up for at least the free version. You get the free version will get you the same article that I'm pulling up right now. So let's share the screen. It's going to be interesting when Dean hops on because I'm going to go with this format for now, or maybe this. No, this. Show comments. And this right here is the salary cap category. And if you scroll up a little bit, you'll find the Keith Smith right here. So, yeah, hope Dean can hop on soon, and then I can finish my Frappuccino because I needed that because I've been busy working on this online summit that I can't wait for you guys to partake in. So we will also take a look at another background screen, which will be, let me text Dean, make sure he's coming on board. Share screen, window, I've got it on Firefox. And let's paste the Keith Smith article right here. So we will get into this in a minute. And I got a little interstitial here that I can't get rid of. Oh, there it is, the X. And we are waiting on Dean Chambers. He's in the studio. Dean Chambers.
What's up, Rich?
Ah, he's back. Love
yes,
it.
Back like I never left.
Good to have you, man. Dean,
I was just listening to the beginning, but I didn't quite catch all of it. What were you talking about?
I was going to get into this share screen, right? How do you do this? We have a new format here. This? Yeah. This is a good article from Keith Smith that we'll go through in due time. Daniel Barry, what's up, Daniel? Because we are not doing a watch party, I can change the style to be this and show it much bigger. And yeah, I don't know what have you been up to, Dean?
Oh goodness, lots.
Wait, you graduated, right?
I graduated. I graduated. Yeah. Yeah. Finally. Yeah. No, it was funny. My dad also graduated at 29 because he did a couple different majors. I left school and came back. But yeah, man, there's a lot going on. So just checking out the world,
Yeah. You wanna tell us where you vacated at?
Oh yeah, I went to Ireland. Yeah. Flew into Dublin and went north along the coast into Northern Ireland, and went to old family farm that we had there.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Family farm.
yeah,
wow, that's cool.
And you can see Scotland right across the water.
Wait a minute. This sounds like Skyfall. You, James Bond, went back and went to Skyfall.
I couldn't tell you, old boy. Yeah, and then we went over to the western part of the Republic of Ireland, up there in the north, called Donegal. And then drove all the way back to Dublin, flew back home. And,
wait, did you drive?
No, my dad drove. I didn't drive.
On the wrong side of the road?
Yeah. Well, it's not the right side of the road, that's for sure.
How was the weather over there?
In Ireland?
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible, man. It was warm and sunny the entire time. I was so sick of it, I come from Southern California. I want some rain and some fog, and I got nothing but sunshine and clear skies. Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, my parents will be up there in around Thanksgiving up in the Bay. So I might be able to come out. Yeah.
No way. What for?
Yeah.
Just a family?
Just vacationing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dean, I was wondering if you could do the honors. I put the link to the Kevin Smith. I almost called him Kevin Smith. Keith Smith article in Spot Track. If you could read it out for us, just in case anyone's on podcast mode, because the first couple sections are relevant, and then he'll talk about sign and trade complications. We're not signing and trading Kuminga, although you need it in the article. We will skip that one, so I can save your voice on that one. Signing an offer sheet with the Nets, probably not happening, so we'll also skip that, and then just go down to re-signing with the Warriors and his predicted outcome, which actually surprised me, and I disagree with. So, yeah, if you could just go ahead and read it out, I would really appreciate that. Plus, you have a good voice.
I'm sorry, where's the link?
It's in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Here, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then I'm going to finish up my Starbucks because I did an interview. Do you guess who I interviewed for the online summit, which we should talk about soon? Think of the Jumbotron.
No, I don't.
Who is dancing on the Jumbotron? Anybody? We only have 11 people.
Oh, it's got to be Dance Cam Mom.
Dance Cam Mom. And I got.
You want me to read the whole? You want me to read the whole article, by the way?
Yeah, and I also got Paul Wong of We Believe fame, and I found out when We Believe actually started. You would be surprised, and I can't give away the secret yet because it's not time for the summit yet. I have to use that as bait for you guys to attend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
definitely stay posted.
Yeah. So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Again, by Keith Smith. This is the short and long-term implications for Jonathan Kuminga and the Warriors. is posted September 15th. Starts NBA training camp opens in 2 weeks. Jonathan Kuminga remains an unsigned restricted free agent. Even more worrisome, Kuminga and the Golden State Warriors don't seem particularly close on a deal either. Unlike Josh Giddey and the Chicago Bulls, who needed to meet in the middle on a long-term deal, Kuminga and the Warriors have a lot more to figure out. This isn't just about money or years, or even the combination of the two. There are questions about no trade clauses, bird rights, base year compensation, and potential sign and trade, and the prospect of Kuminga being an unrestricted free agent in 2026, when multiple teams project to have significant cap space. There's some fairly important short and long-term implications for both Kuminga and the Warriors on his next deal. We're going to take a look at some potential factors for both the player and the team in the immediate and down the line. And this segment is the Warriors cap sheet. As of this writing, the Golden State Warriors have only 9 players signed to standard contracts. That's 5 below the NBA's minimum of 14 players. Teams can drop below 14 players for up to 14 days at a time, and for no more than 28 total days each regular season, and 6 below the maximum of 15. Golden State has preferred to fill all 15 roster spots as they proactively manage both game and minutes played for their veterans throughout the season. The Warriors are currently not facing...
Hey, Dean.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree with that because historically, we have filled 14 of 15 roster spots due to saving on the luxury taxes and penalties. So I kind of disagree with that.
That's true. We tend to sign somebody at the end of the year, though, when their contract's at the minimum.
Exactly. And you do want to have as many people as possible going into the playoffs just in case tons of people get injured.
Mm-hmm. And lots of times they'll play two-way players, too, throughout the season before we sign them. But, should we continue?
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors are currently not facing any form of hard cap issues. Golden State currently sits at about $14.8 million under the luxury tax. In addition, the Warriors are $22.5 million under the first apron and $34.3 million under the second apron. Let's take Jonathan Kuminga out of the mix for a moment. Golden State isn't going to want to trigger anything more than a second apron hard cap if they can avoid it. That means they'll limit themselves to using the taxpayer mid-level exception of about $5.7 million. From there, it's probably minimum contracts to fill out the rest of the roster. If the Warriors take the above approach, that would leave just over $22 million available for Kuminga while fitting in under the second apron hard cap. That would be triggered by using the taxpayer MLE. So that's sort of the baseline for Kuminga, and likely what the team had offered him. And likely why the team had offered him deals that were either for $45 million over 2 seasons or $75 million over 3 seasons. Both of those contracts could come with structures that allow GM, Mike Dunleavy Jr. to re-sign Kuminga, use the taxpayer MLE, and fill out the roster with 4 veteran minimum signings. Working under these tight margins is why the Warriors haven't filled out their roster yet. There's likely an understanding with the free agents they're linked to, Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II, and Seth Curry among them. They'll sign them to one type of contract if Kuminga is returning and another type of deal if Kuminga isn't going to be on the roster. Golden State isn't going to complete any other deals until they have resolution with Kuminga simply because of how tight these margins are. I do want to point out, too, that veterans like the 4 he listed there do cost significantly higher than players with 0 years experience or only 1 year experience, kind of draft pick level guys. So I don't know if he'll point that out later, but I do think that is an important point. Anyway, the qualifying offer.
It's not that much of a difference. It's like $1 million here, $1 million there, but it does make a difference on our cap sheet. Yeah.
Yeah. The qualifying offer. With each passing day, the likelihood of Jonathan Kuminga signing his $7.9 million qualifying offer increases. Neither Kuminga nor the Warriors are going to want this to drag out into training camp, never mind into the regular season. The quote-unquote easy way out is that Kuminga signs the qualifying offer. It's not the best outcome for Kuminga or Golden State, but it's certainly a way this could go. Why would Kuminga not want to sign the qualifying offer? First, he'd lose out on some money. At the very least, it appears that Kuminga has an offer for about $22 million on the table for this season. That's about $14 million more than playing out the season on the qualifying offer. Second, Kuminga would have no long-term security while playing out the year on the qualifying offer. It's a one-year deal. If things go sideways, he could be in a rough spot this coming offseason. Kuminga would be betting on himself, but it would be a wager made while playing for a team that may no longer see him as a necessary part of the immediate rotation or the future one. Lastly, signing the qualifying offer would mean that if Kuminga is traded, he'd lose his bird rights as an unrestricted free agent in 2026. Players on a one-year deal lose their bird rights when traded. That's why Kuminga would get an implicit no-trade clause if he signed the qualifying offer. And if Kuminga is traded after signing the qualifying offer, he would not be extension eligible because he'd be on a one-year deal, which a player can't extend off of. He'd be headed for free agency in the offseason, no matter what.
Yeah.
One of the
that's basically saying the implicit no trade clause means that nobody would want to trade for that contract because they wouldn't be able to extend them. So
they would have to use salary cap, right? Yeah. Bird rights are hugely important because of that very thing, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think that's a very important point. He does say, though, one of the positives of signing the qualifying offer is that implicit no-trade clause. Kuminga would have full control if the Warriors were to find a deal for him. Note, this is exclusive of a sign and trade right now, which we'll talk about later. Another positive for Kuminga is that he would be an unrestricted free agent in 2026. The Warriors or another team, if he were traded, would have no control over his free agent status. As it currently stands, somewhere between 5 and 10 teams should have significant cap space next offseason. That's good news for Kuminga. On the Warriors side, things basically flip the opposite way of Kuminga's side of things. If Kuminga signed the qualifying offer, Golden State could stay well below the second apron hard cap. They still wouldn't have enough room to use the full non-taxpayer MLE of $14.1 million, but they'd have considerably more wiggle room to work with. Beyond this upcoming season, Golden State wouldn't have any additional money on the books for Kuminga moving forward. With just Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Moses Moody, and Brandon Podziemski on the books for the 26-27 season, the Warriors are basically at the salary cap. Not carrying an additional $23 to $25 million for Kuminga could give Dunleavy the room to make a couple of impactful additions. On the negative side, Kuminga on the qualifying offer gives him control in trades versus the team. That's always tough, and it's why on any kind of 1 or 2 year deal with a second-year option, team or player, the Warriors have insisted that Kuminga waive the implicit no-trade clause. The team wants to retain control, and if Kuminga signs the qualifying offer, he'll have it. Beyond that, if Kuminga signs the qualifying offer and agrees to a trade, he'd only be $7.9 million. He'd only be a $7.9 million salary. That's not going to get Golden State all that much. They'd rather have him on a bigger contract and as more matching salary, as long as the future years are team controlled. And lastly, for the Warriors, but probably most obvious, they'd see Kuminga hit unrestricted free agency next summer. In an offseason where multiple teams project to have significant cap space, that could all but end Kuminga's time in the Bay Area. And of course, pending free agent status could move Kuminga's trade value. Related to the above, working out a sign and trade would still be possible for Kuminga and the Warriors. When the other side might have cap space, it's nowhere near as necessary. That makes it far less likely. In those situations, Kuminga would likely just sign with the team straight out, assuming they had the cap space to do so.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on a sec. I just realized the window for the chat has changed. They made it worse again. Ooh, sucks. Can't pop out the chat very easy. Sucks. All right. Good to have you, Bruce.
Yeah, what's up, Bruce?
Yeah. I didn't want to go through the sign and trade complications because I just don't think it's happening. We've done many a spreadsheet on that. And hold on. Signing an offer sheet with the Nets, probably not happening. Although I have said this before, I just don't think it's fiscally irresponsible to let's go and sign Horford now and let's hard cap us at the second apron. And yeah, that doesn't seem to be any way for the Nets to shed that much salary such that they can make an offer which throws the Warriors past the second apron and thus wouldn't be able to retain Kuminga. Like doing that, signing Horford now is just, it's like you have this massive credit card debt. You're going to get a paycheck to pay that off. You know the paycheck's coming, and then you use your other credit card to purchase some other big thing. And it's like, don't do that. Wait until the money hits the bank and you can pay off that first credit card. Like maybe that's a bad example, but like it's just too risky. Like you don't want to have any chance whatsoever. Like if the probability of the Nets opening up cap space is 0.00001, that's not good enough. You want it to be 0. And the only way to do that is to take care of the Kuminga contract first. So anybody that tells you that, oh, there's no reason why we can't sign Horford right now, no, it's just not fiscally responsible to do that.
Well, if you sign Horford using any part of the mid-level, you're hard capped, and Kuminga's just an unrestricted free agent, then there's no way you can bring him back. Right?
No. I mean, if you sign Horford, then you have to sign Kuminga for this number. Then the Nets go, oh, wait, they're locked in. They're absolutely locked in. All I have to do is offer more than what they can afford to pay with Horford now locking them in at the
allowed to pay even. Yeah.
So then the Nets could scramble and pick up Kuminga by making all these other roster moves to open up enough space, just get $1 over that line, which is about 24 something million. And so that's why you just can't sign Horford before Kuminga. You just can't do that. Like it's
setting yourself up to lose him for nothing for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's setting us up, but it's not for sure. I mean, it's just like, you just don't do that. You don't rob Peter to pay Paul type of deal. Like take care of the first thing so that the other thing just can't happen. So that was one thing. And so re-signing with the Warriors, I'm going to just paraphrase the let's see. You know what? I think you should read this because it'd be good to, this is important, I think. Go ahead. Re-signing with the Warriors.
Sure. Of course, the door remains open for Jonathan Kuminga and Golden State to sign a new deal. The Warriors reportedly increased their offer to a 3-year deal with a third-year team option worth $75 million. That's up from the $45 million over 2 years, with the second-year team option that Golden State had previously been offering. While there are still major hurdles to overcome, there's at least some continued negotiations happening. Those hurdles include money, years, options, and no trade clauses. If the Warriors do a 2-year deal, they want Kuminga to waive his implicit no trade clause. That's been a no-go from Kuminga to date. To give the Warriors a team option on a 2 or 3-year deal, Kuminga's side wants an additional $10 million in annual money. The belief seems to be that that's the value of a team option to them. So instead of a deal starting around 20 to 22 million, Kuminga would start around 30 to 32 million. As we covered, that could cause issues with Golden State's ability to fill their remaining roster spots in the way they have laid out. If he's taking less money, Kuminga wants a fully guaranteed deal or a player option. That's not something the Warriors have been willing to budge on.
Yeah.
You want me to read the predicted outcome as well?
No, it's okay. If he's taking less money, Kuminga wants a fully guaranteed deal. Right. Or a player option. Yep. And so Keith Smith, his predicted outcome is that Kuminga will take the qualifying offer. I actually disagree with that. I think Lacob will budge. I think at the end of it, Lacob will say, okay, I mean, you got me. The problem here with Lacob is that Jonathan really, in my opinion, the way that I read the tea leaves, Jonathan is really actually willing to take the qualifying offer. Like, I believe he is ready to do that if need be. And I just, Lacob cannot let that happen. Again, just being a fiscally responsible cap sheet manager, for Lacob to have Kuminga's salary be only 7.9 million and untradeable, and let that walk for nothing next summer, you cannot let that happen. And Nate Jones agrees. Nate Jones is the agent for Dame Lillard. Well, not the direct agent, but he works for the agent. And he says, he tweeted that Kuminga has Lacob's balls in a vice grip. And so I don't know what people are tweeting out there, but the way that I read this is that Lacob is just playing hardball, and he's supposed to do this. Like, he can't help it. He literally can't help this negotiation tactic. This is what he does. He's a venture capitalist. He will string you until the last possible moment. And then he's going to give in because he can't let that thing happen. So it is a staring contest. But if Kuminga just keeps staring, he's going to win the staring contest. Just don't budge in your position. And I do think that there is a little bit of luck on his side in terms of him and his agent. I see certain Twitter accounts throwing his agent under the bus. I think they've played this perfectly, but I think part of it is the luck that Jonathan is tired of the 4 years of not being able to fully contribute a whole season the way he has. I mean, he did contribute quite well for the first half of last season and even dating before that. And so I think Kuminga should just keep waiting. And you never know. September 30th, Draymond could get hurt. Jimmy could get hurt. You never know, right? If that happens, then the reliance on JK, his value will inherently go up. There could be an injury on another team that causes a chain reaction for power forwards, wings out there. So just wait it out. And if you're willing to take the QO, actually, it's a good time to be willing to do that. And so best to Jonathan. I think he's doing the right thing, honestly. And Lacob, I think we've seen in the past where he will give in at the last moment. For example, Andre Iguodala, looking for that extension. What does he do? He goes to Sacramento, sits down with Vivek, and gets an offer. 16 million, which at that point, Lacob has no choice but to match, right? So that's what you do. You have to go do things that you really firmly believe in, and string out Lacob to the maximum, and it's no big deal, because that's why Lacob has been giving these offers that are like da 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 team option, da 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 team option. Like, no, okay, fine. I'm gonna go get the qualifying offer, and usually, his side of the table is like, okay, well, you might get injured, and it's only 7.9 million. Really, you're gonna risk your career? And Jonathan's like, yeah, I'm gonna risk my career, because like I'm tired of it. It's been 4 years. I mean, a lot of this, as I've said before, on the night Jonathan got DNP'd in LA, I said that was a fireable offense by Steve Kerr. I wrote that.
I agree with you.
I've never done that to Steve. I've never heavily criticized him like that, even though I didn't use any harsh words. But thank you. I'm glad you agree with me on that. So I disagree that JK will take the QO, because I think Lacob will give in at the last minute. And so that's my guess, and I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. It'd be nice to be right, but I know, you always end up one game over 500 on your guesses and predictions and stuff. And the last thing I want to say is an anecdote, and then we'll get into the cap sheet stuff. The anecdote to all of this is I actually almost had my friend Conant Chi, Chinese American player who played pro in Taiwan before anybody knew that was a thing, way before Jeremy Lin did it. And he's the best Chinese American player I've ever seen. Playing pickup ball, I'd have to pick Jeremy because of his size. 6'3", 200 pounds. Yeah. Conant is like 6 feet, 6'1", regular human being size. But he's just so, wow, he's a pro. Bury the three in your face, dribble, like handles like crazy. If Conant's skills could have been transferred into Jeremy Lin's body, then we'd have had an Asian American all-star in the NBA. But not to take anything away from Jeremy. What a storied career. Congratulations on your retirement, Jeremy. But when he retired, it actually it made me appreciate Conant Chi more. So my story is, I haven't started the story yet. My story is that one time in the Japanese leagues here in the Bay, I had the opportunity to pick up Conant Chi on my team. And it was the top level in the Japanese league. I think his regular team just had all their roster spots taken or whatever. We also picked up Jeremy Lee, who's a lefty, 5'8" dynamo, though. He could really play. So skilled, but only like 5'9" or whatever it was. We had a small point guard who's Japanese, and me and like one other like Japanese power forward center. And we had to play the San Jose Kids 5-on-5. And the thing about the Kids, KIDZ, San Jose Kids, is that they are also super good at the outside shot, and a bunch of 5'8" guys. And they were 4 guys out and one guy, and their one guy was like a football player. Like, he was built super strong. Now the Kids, their claim to fame was Rex Walters' team back in the day. So Rex Walters, a bona fide NBA player, I think he was the number 7 pick from Kansas eons ago. He played with the Kids. He played on this Japanese team because he's half Japanese. And so I picked up Conant and Jeremy Lee, and then it was my Japanese point guard who isn't a great player, but just average. And then me as the power forward for this game, and the center, Steve Gingras, who was up and coming, but kind of young, kind of raw, just a good center, but just not great. But I think I had to cover their big man for some reason. Maybe we didn't have our big man. We just had to go small. I don't know what it was. Could have been playing 4-on-4 for all I can remember, but I had to guard their football player. So I had to, first of all, I'm usually a 2 guard or a 3, and now I got to play power forward against this football player. So I had to go deep in the fundamentals, deep in the well, go back to my high school fundamentals, my box outs, just grab rebounds, and pass the ball. Grab rebounds, pass the ball, set screens. I did that all game. We won like 105-100, one of the best games I'd ever been a part of. But again, this is me. Like, I'm usually like mid-range shooter, try to, emulate Michael Jordan mid-range. And Conant, the most respected Chinese American baller out of California ever, probably out of the entire United States. They knew about him in New York when we went and played in Chinese national tournaments and stuff. So I'm proud that he's actually from San Francisco. In fact, he has a little bit of a backstory. I almost got him to hop on the live, except he's entertaining some guests tonight. So he said he would come back some other time to give these stories, and I hope to have him. I mean, Ko, man, like, just his ability to, like, he used to play in the tournaments over at the Associates tournament at St. Ignatius High School, and the Filipino team, Ling Nam, would bring their squad. Their best player was 6'3" Frank McKinney, but he has like a 6'9" wingspan. So you'd see them go off one-on-one, and that was always like the main attraction. And there was a lot of people would just go watch that. It was always them two in the championship, and Ko would hold his own. He would actually, like, he would bring this super athletic, half black, half Filipino, Frank McKinney, who tried out for the Boston Celtics back in the day, at 6'3" with spindly arms. Like, Ko would dominate that matchup. Well, not dominate, but he would win the matchup, and he would be able to handle the pressure, and just superb dribbling, and the way he spun. I mean, just so skilled. You can just tell a pro the difference between pros. So after that game against the kids, Ko comes up to me and goes, "Man, Rich, you played a great game, right?" So I'm sitting here going, "Man, this is like the most revered Chinese American player ever," and he's giving me props for my game of rebounding, passing, and screening.
Yeah.
And then, so the moral of the story is, how many times did you think, Dean, that I wanted to play that role again?
Oh, never.
No. It's like, thank you. I've checked that box. Conant has congratulated me. I wanted to play the wing on that team, and it just never turned out right. It was not the best fit. But I wanted to get my points too, and maybe our center didn't play. He couldn't adjust to Ko, and so, like, we kind of had our own, Steph Curry, get him the ball type situation, and I didn't want to play with that anymore. And nowadays I would. When I got older, I mean, I was a young player then. When I got older, all I wanted to do was win. I've done all that. I just want to win. Like, I'll do anything to win. Yeah. I'll go set picks for Ko, whatever. I never got a chance to, so that just didn't happen. So I really actually feel for Jonathan, in that he's so young, and it's actually okay with me that he doesn't want to, like, keep sacrificing his game, because he's got some good moves and he can get a bucket. He really can. It's a totally different way to get a bucket, but let's respect the fact that he can get a bucket the way that he knows how. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I do think, it's nobody's fault, and yet it's everybody's fault. Like, everybody can change and evolve a little bit to make this thing work. And so we'll see what happens. I remain optimistic. I think Steve would need to evolve and it's just basketball at the end of the day. X's and O's, it can be figured out. There's got to be a way. And then also Steph Curry, he's kind of remained quiet. We'll go through the Slater article because I need the numbers to do the cap sheet spreadsheet stuff that we're going to do. Hopefully in the next 20 minutes, get out of here after an hour. But what was I saying? Steph, in the article with Slater and Shams Charania, they said that Jimmy and Draymond had been checking in on Kuminga and all of that. I'm sure everybody's reading that article and they're going, what about Steph? What about Steph? I think Steph understands that, hey, look, I respect the fact that you, young fella, JK, you have earned the right to negotiate with Lacob. So I'm going to let you do that. Like, I'm not going to step in there and try to mess anything up. We've already seen this with Clay, right? I'm only going to step in there if I feel like it's going to break. And so I think Steph hasn't been involved in anything because out of the respect of the negotiations that JK has earned as a, you know,
Well,
fourth-year player.
sorry, the only player that I know that Steph really recruited is KD, right? He hasn't really been the GM player or GM type person other than that. And I was like, dude, it's okay. I know MVPs, you know, back and forth. Like, it's fine if you come. Other than that, I can't really think of anyone where he's like, go get me that guy or keep this guy here for sure. I mean, Draymond, but I don't think Draymond was ever all that close to leaving. Don't you think?
Yeah. So I see all different sides of it. So there's no like, I don't think JK has gotten any worse since the beginning of the summer. Like, he can still get a bucket his own way, and like all these narratives out there. Like, just at the end of the day, it's complicated. It's hard to get the pieces around Steph just right, and I think if you were today, Lacob got thrown under the bus because of the Franz Wagner report in the Slater Shams article, which I should probably pull up. Like, hey, look, Lacob was actually right if you consider it from a perspective of, okay, we're at the playground, it's a pickup game. Let's pick squads. Well, the one you pick is Kuminga in that scenario. You sometimes it just you kind of go and get the best talent and then you figure out how to mesh them. Well, with Steph, it's a little bit harder than the usual. And so I just like, that's just basketball again. But people want to nitpick and, you know, look at dominoes falling. And it's just, I think it's just not real life. In real life, dominoes fall not in like a perfectly predictable way. They do fall, but lots of times they fall in different directions that you didn't expect, and that's fine because that's life. So that's how I look at it, and I don't blame Lacob for not picking Franz Wagner. It's easy to always hindsight is 2020 on these things. It's like when you're in the moment, you know, you got to make a pick. You're thinking the context of a playground game, and you're just picking guys. You're drafting them to play in this pickup game. Yeah, you would draft Kuminga at 7. I mean, it made sense. But now that we know how things revolve around Steph, and every year you get better at it, you understand it more and more. Well, yeah. Look, it's that's why Steve Kerr probably likes Mike Dunleavy a lot, because he's looking for the Guy Santoses that will fit in well. So, you know, there's some good that has come out of this, and we've been able to get guys like that as well. So It all balances out. So let's take a look at this article and then call it a night. But also got to talk about the summit.
Absolutely.
The short and the long. Okay. All right. So time to do some spreadsheet work. Let's see. What were the deals? 2-year, 45 million deal with the team option. Do you want to be here? And Kuminga goes back, do you want me here? Good comeback, Jonathan. Good comeback. Because that's the thing. Unfortunately for Lacob and Dunleavy, Steve Kerr just can't help himself. He's got to figure out how to evolve the rotation to better mesh together. Okay, I'm looking for some numbers. Late last week, Dunleavy offered Kuminga a 3-year 75.2. That probably starts at 22 million. 48.3 of it guaranteed, but there's still that team option. Basically the same per year as Josh Giddey. And the difference, half the length and team-controlled third season. Yeah, that's well said. Subliminal understanding that the contract is more trade asset than commitment to a partnership. Dunleavy is requesting the same structure as their previous proposal, team option on the second season and waiving of the inherent no trade clause. Come on, man. That's not happening. I don't know a single agent that would allow that. The only non-team option offer the Warriors have made is 3 years, 54 million, fully guaranteed. You see how low ball that is, Dean? I'm telling you. I mean, this is classic Lacob. Just write him out. He'll come up from this. 18 million a year? Come on. Fully guaranteed, though. Yeah, he always starts out low, super low. You have to say no to these offers from Lacob. That's, pretty soon people are going to catch on. But no. Get through about 7 no's with Lacob and you should be fine. You got to be able to really weather the storm.
We are in the 6th no. We're almost there.
Yeah. All right. So 3 years, 54 million guaranteed with fully guaranteed. I wonder how they're trying to convince Kuminga that the qualifying offer is not a good one, which under normal circumstances probably isn't. But when you've been coming off the bench for 4 years and like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading a little part of this. What did you just say, Rich?
I said that JK is willing to take the qualifying offer because of 4 years of, Steve Kerr rotations and other things that were not under Steve's control, like injury, Jimmy Butler. So, all right. One of the latest counters came in the past week. 1 year on a negotiable number, presented as a souped up version of the qualifying offer. Okay. 1 year on a negotiable number. Well, it can't be more than 24 million and it can't be lower than 18 million. So I wonder what that was.
It says it would wipe away the inherent no trade clause. Do you understand that?
So it had to be a multi-year deal, right?
Well, with a
souped up version of the
player option? Because the trade clause thing Doesn't that have to do with the bird rights?
Yeah.
So how would him signing a 1-year deal, even if it's more, how would that help?
No, 1-year deals don't get you the bird rights, right?
Yeah.
So it had to be more than 1 year. Let me see.
Hmm.
A version of the 1 year on a negotiable number. Oh, okay. Never mind. 1 year on a negotiable number. Presented as a souped up version. Okay, well, that one had to have put them into the past the second apron, I would think. I don't know. I have no idea.
Ability to examine another year together, but more trade-friendly salary. So the ability to examine another year together is, I think, maybe just a little innuendo is not the right word, but you know what I mean. Innuendo of like there would be another year, but it would be kind of more easily renegotiated, like a player deal. I don't know. I was just wondering what they meant by that.
1 year on a negotiable number. Souped up version of the
Well, let's see what Cam Thomas got because they're mentioning him.
Oh, he just took the qualifying, right? Oh, proposed to Cam Thomas.
Proposed. Oh, I see. So I guess we probably don't know what that is.
The balloon 1-year offer. Okay. It's got to be more than 24 million. I don't know how you do that. You got to get Horford in this somehow. So I don't think anything beyond the second apron is going to work, period. Because you're trying to improve the team and you're trying to get Horford on the team at a attractive price, which for Horford would be the taxpayer mid-level. You're not trying to ask Horford to take a minimum, right? So,
but I mean,
a balloon 1-year offer. I don't know. What are you thinking?
well, I'm thinking that Horford's probably going to sign either way, and the talk about the mid-level is probably more splitting it up between a few players than giving it all to Al Horford, who's 39. At least that's how I would approach it. You know, I mean, he's a 39-year-old big man. Although I really am excited if we were able to get a stretch big like him on the court, because then you have Quentin Post to hopefully.
No. Look. If JK, where is this? Taxpayer mid-level, Melton or that. What happened to Horford on this? 7. Oh, this is with this is the wrong spreadsheet. Oh, Jimmy, what? Let's see. Oh, if Jimmy had taken a pay cut, so to speak, yeah. I ran through that scenario because people were saying that Jimmy should have been signed at it lower than what he got. Here we go. So JK can't really get paid more than 22.447 million. So the balloon offer is going to be more than this. That would take us okay, beyond
Right
so
up to the second apron.
You're saying take some of Horford's and give it to JK. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I mean, you want to be giving him the mid-level, but you'd be exchanging the amount of money into JK, because I mean they are talking about 25 million a year, right? So that makes sense.
It is Lacob, who is apparently against the balloon 1-year offer, leaving the Warriors too vulnerable to losing. Yep.
Can I ask you something, Rich? Don't you think that if he takes the qualifying offer, there's not an actual no trade clause, right? It's just implied. But that means you could send him to a contender or somebody for pretty cheap just for assets back and not a huge salary instead, right? And then he could just be a free agent afterwards.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So why would Lacob do that? Yeah. So I don't see Lacob allowing JK to take the QO. I'm glad there's not a whole lot we can do with this cap sheet because.
Well, here's what I was thinking though. I would rather him being on a larger contract, given a shot during the season to just stay on the team and get consistent minutes, 24, 30 something minutes game, starters minutes. But if you have a talented and slightly depressed young asset and you have picks, available for him, things like that, that could be kind of useful, right? Even if it's not a huge salary coming back, don't you think? And you get like a veteran type useful player around, because you're under the second apron, so you can add a little bit of money, right? Well, anyway, I just wonder if that's why Kuminga hasn't taken the qualifying offer right now. Because if you send him to a playoff team that could never afford him any other way, that doesn't want to give up a bunch of large contracts that will never have any cap space while they're in their playoff run, and you can get them at a lower offer, but you have a lot, like honestly, the Thunder, right? You know what I mean? They're not going to be able to afford to get him on a qualifying offer, but they have a ton of picks, on a young playoff team where he can contend. I know maybe the roster construction of the Thunder or whatever. No. We're not doing that, Bruce. Definitely not. The Clippers actually paid them too, which is insane. Like someone wasn't going to find out, but whatever. Do you get the point I'm making though about Kuminga, Rich?
Hang on, let me take a screenshot. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes and no. Let me see. It's a lot of ifs, It's a lot of ifs to get through. But all I know is if he takes the qualifying offer, they could possibly do some things, utilize the non-tax mid-level. However, we just read the article where Keith Smith doesn't think that they would be able to get the non-taxpayer mid-level. I think maybe, this late in the game, you can't really move Buddy Hield. So, and you're not moving BP, and these salaries are too small. That's why Keith Smith probably thinks that we wouldn't be able to use the non-taxpayer mid-level. And so where's the qualifying? Here it is. Oh, we still kept, but I don't know where he's getting his numbers then, because my numbers tell me that we could stay under the first apron and still.
You want to put it on the screen?
7. Oh, my fault. I thought it was on the screen already. Okay. There it is. So right here, I have JK at the qualifying offer. I've done this already before. I kept this tab up, luckily. According to my numbers, we could use the non-taxpayer mid-level. So I'm not understanding where Keith Smith got his numbers.
I
And
thought you said we probably weren't going to get the tax. Oh no, that's the taxpayer mid-level, right?
Non-taxpayer. We're under the tax without anybody signed. We're under the tax when we signed JK at 7.9 million. See, we can just make this a minimum. Oops. Make this a vet min. Make this a vet min. Are we under the tax? Yes, we are under the tax. So JK signs the 7.9. These are implicit veteran minimums. We're hereby under the tax. We can now use the non-taxpayer mid-level. Pay Horford the same as we would have paid them, and have, I've already gone through this, 7.1 million. Maybe go out and get Westbrook or something. Who knows? But that's a good number to play with. So I don't know. I should email Keith Smith and go, why do you think we can't use the non-taxpayer mid-level? Because my spreadsheet says we can. We don't have to lose Moody or Buddy to make maneuverings to stay under the. I'll bet you I know what's happening. He's thinking we're going to take the 15th slot, but we've never taken the 15th slot. That's been 0 until the last day of the season.
Right.
So that's probably the assumption. That's why he's got 2.3 million, and that takes us over the luxury tax. So I would disagree with that. Yeah. So there's more flexibility if JK takes the qualifying offer. It's just that, do you want to, rely on a lot of these guys, or do you want this to be a 20-something
We're hard capped at the first apron, though, right?
Yeah, we're under.
But we'd be hard capped at the first apron, right?
Right, with the non-taxpayer mid-level used. Yeah.
According
to my math, it works. But I'll have to email Keith and ask him. So
yeah, but that means we don't have much trade flexibility at all. Whereas if we use the taxpayer, we're hard capped at the second apron, which if JK takes a qualifying offer, there's no way we're going over that, I think. Anyway, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, the question just is, do you want more roster flexibility, or do you want to set your roster with these, older guys? But yeah, it's pretty intriguing. I'm thinking Westbrook, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody else out there. But
do you have Curry? Seth Curry?
Down here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't. It's either GP2 or. I think GP2 would be more than happy to stick around until someone gets injured, type of deal. I don't think it's absolutely necessary that we sign GP2 right away. Maybe there's another team out there that would. So I could be wrong on that, but there's not a whole ton of roster slots here. But I lean more towards let's pay JK 20 something and make sure that he's tradable, and for him to accept that, we're going to have to give up the player option. So just do it. What is the real? I mean, who cares? Player option, team option, why? Right? But I think Lacob is doing that because he wants to see if JK will lose the staring contest. But JK is not going to lose the staring contest, which is why the other thing is, at the end of this article, it's like, both are waiting for the other to blink, but also where's the thing where it said that they'll probably get this done next week because of training camp? Maybe search on training camp. Probably one more. How do I do this? Oh, here we go. If he's on the qualifying offer, he would still plan to show up. Okay, let's see. Nope. Thought it was near the end. Let's see. If he's on the podium, still going to show up. Maybe it was in the Keith Smith article. I wasn't in full agreement with that. I think it is in the Warriors' best interest to get this done earlier so that JK can attend training camp and media day. Oh, maybe media days. Search media day. No.
Keith Smith did say neither Kuminga nor the Warriors are going to want to drag this into training camp. Never mind the regular season.
Yeah. But it's only like 1 day 2 days in the training camp. And I think the Warriors have more reason to not drag this on than Kuminga. So I think Kuminga is in a good spot if he just hangs in there in the staring contest. Yeah, so that's kind of what I had to say.
I did see a report too from Kerr saying that he's willing to offer more substantial
Thank you.
role and everything.
Substantial? Can you verify that? What were the exact?
Yeah, I'll try and find it.
Let me use the restroom. I'll be right back. Let's see if you can find it. And here I'll put the screen on with the ESPN article. Screen. Oh, here it is. Remove. How do I show?
Oh yeah, it's substantial. 17 hours ago.
Oh, good for you.
NBC Sports Bay Area.
But no, I mean, did they put the word substantial in, or was it in the ESPN article? You know, who wrote the NBC Sports Bay Area one?
Taylor Worth.
Yeah, so Taylor Worth is an aggregator writer.
RTH.
Yeah, that person is an aggregator writer. So where did they get the word from? Because that's not based on sources. Did they get it from ESPN?
Yeah, it's quoting the article itself, but I'll open it and try and find what it says in the Shams and Slater article. Yeah. Okay. Are you there, Rich? No? I'll wait for him to come back. We'll talk amongst ourselves for a little while here. And thank you to the let's see, what is it now? Still 11 people? 18! Hey! 18 people watching now. Thank you for checking us out. It's good to be back. And feel free to comment if you have any questions before we go. But I do think that's an encouraging sign. You know, it's just words. We have heard before, you know, Kuminga say that, oh, Rich is back. We've heard before Kuminga say that he's happy with, or he'll do whatever it takes. We've heard Kerr say that, you know, he'll get more playing time. And then it just kind of.
Where's the, how do I search that on this article? Kerr said what? Let's get the exact words.
Are you on the Slater and Sharania article?
Yep.
I just typed in substantial.
Thank you. Substantial. Okay, there. The messaging from Kerr and the words that Kuminga would have a substantial role. You always want to go to the source, you know. And
yeah.
Substantial role, whatever that means.
It says to open though too, not all of. So that's interesting wording.
To open next season, yeah. And then Kuminga's side has regularly referred to some postseason comments where Lacob's like, "Damn you, Steve, shut up! Don't be so honest on the podium." And that's where Steve doesn't care. He doesn't care. His rebuttal is, "Dude, I'm the coach. and I do it my way. And my way, I'm a successful coach, 4 rings for you guys, and it's through honesty. So too bad. So there's a lot of chefs stirring the pot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sous chef.
Anything else? Were you talking about anything else? I thought I missed something. You know what? I forgot to go live. I was going to go live on various platforms. Damn.
That's all right.
Go live on Instagram and TikTok. But anything else?
Special one for our YouTube family right now. No, I was just
Oops.
I was just saying that, you know, it's good to hear.
Whoops. My place is a mess. Clean it up first.
All right. I know. I'm very happy to hear that you know that Kerr himself seems to have addressed the inconsistency of the minutes that Kuminga got, but also pointing out that we have heard something a little bit like that before, and it just ended up not being that way. And there's still that to open the season thing, you know, and not a guaranteed roll through the season. So, just commenting on that. But hey, do you want to get into the summit thing?
I want to go live first, so give me a minute.
Okay.
Let's see. How do I set the title of this? Nothing. I do have an unboxing ready to go as well.
Oh, nice.
Connect and determine relative position of email.
My pinky.
Here we go. Hey, what's up, TikTok? Rich with Let's Go Warriors here. We're live on YouTube. You can see that. But we are talking about 2 things. One is Kuminga, and boy, we already talked an hour about that. And the other thing is going to be this summit that we're hosting. So hang on a sec. We will summarize what we just talked about for an hour about Kuminga. Let me go live on Instagram. Going live everywhere. So here we go. Live. I need to put a title on Instagram. So Kuminga talk plus Love Your Dubs Summit announcement. Where is everybody? Do people just hibernate during the summer for NBA news? Why
Well, the Warriors are.
Yeah. Oops, I completely. Kuminga talk plus. Yeah, go ahead.
Huh? No, the Warriors. I think you spelled the name of the team wrong in the description up here, Rich. By the way, you want to fix that?
But it's only on StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Cool. My bad.
I corrected it on everywhere else.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the best way to find positivity in a crumbling world is to make good investments, Bruce. You see. And it'll pay off, I'm sure. Oh, thank you, Pinky.
I guess Bruce isn't attending the summit. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. We're going to go live on Instagram. Hey, Instagram. Rich with Let's Go Warriors here. We've been live for an hour now on YouTube. And what was that? Is that Dean? anyways, we're live on YouTube here. Also live on TikTok. And we talked about Kuminga for about an hour. So I'm going to summarize what we talked about because I wrote it in the notes, in the timestamps. Overall, there's not a whole lot you can do with JK's number because it fits in with the salary cap. There was in the Slater Shams Charania article, there was a counteroffer that was a balloon figure for 1 year, which was kind of odd. And I think we deduced that they would actually just take a few million out of the Horford deal and give that to JK, but just for the 1 year. And I just don't think they're going to do that. I think Horford is expecting at least the 5.685 million taxpayer mid-level. If JK takes the qualifying offer, according to my numbers, we can use the non-taxpayer mid-level if we keep the 15th slot empty for as long as we can, just like we do every year, pretty much. So that's where my numbers lead me. And that is a little bit different than what Keith Smith wrote in his article. I thought Keith Smith's article on Spot Track was important, and it was a good learning experience. Finally, again, looking at the salary cap sheet, it's JK. You got to pay him no more than 22.448 million to stay under the second apron with Horford at the taxpayer mid-level and the 15th slot taken by somebody. Maybe they leave that open and you could give a couple more million to JK. But I don't think it's really about the number, and you can tell that from the cap sheet analysis. But that's also what Slater said in his article. And so we just talked about this a few minutes ago, perusing the article. It says that if you search on the word substantial, it says the messaging from Kerr and the Warriors is that Kuminga would have a substantial role to open next season per sources. And I think Kuminga's kind of, had enough. I think he's looking at it from the perspective of I've sacrificed my game for 4 years, which isn't entirely true. He's gotten a chance to be himself on 2 occasions. One got derailed by his injury, which then became a different scenario with Jimmy Butler on the team shortly thereafter. So that's what happened last year. But even going back to the year before that, he was playing very well, and I was kind of upset when Steve benched him at the end of the Denver game. I think that was a home game. And so I think JK has gotten flashes of opportunity here and there. So look, I mean, it's a stalemate, and bottom line, I think Lacob is just doing what he doesn't know anything else to do, which is be a venture capitalist, throw out some lowball numbers like the one Slater mentioned, 3 years, 18 million, all guaranteed. Like, come on, 18 million? Like, that's so low, man. Like, so he's just doing, to me, Lacob is following the Lacob script. And we saw this with Andre Iguodala. Andre had to go negotiate his own deal with Sacramento. All right, Joe, Vivek's about to pay me 16 million, 3 years. You gonna match it? And Joe had to match it. So I think it's just, I have no problem with Jonathan waiting this out against a very experienced venture capitalist who will wait till the last possible moment to make a decision on things. But when you read 3 years, 54 million, all guaranteed, how about that one, Jonathan? Like, that is so Lacob. Like, let me lowball you, but give you like, oh, it's all guaranteed. Like, no, you can do better than that. And I think Joe Lacob really doesn't have a compelling reason to make it a team option other than making that a very attractive contract to deal. Team option, player option. I mean, yeah, I don't think it hurts Lacob all that much to go player option. So I think that's what's going to happen. That's my take. I think Lacob will fold at the last minute, and I think it's worth Jonathan to take it out to the last minute, because on October 1st, that's the deadline for the qualifying offer, and Jonathan certainly sounds like he's willing to take that one. Good for him. Good for him. And like, what if somebody gets injured on September 30th? What if it's Jimmy Butler? What if it's Draymond Green? What if it's somebody else in the NBA that plays the small forward, power forward position, and there's a ripple effect down the chain? What if it's what if Giannis gets in there, knock on wood. I'm not hoping for an injury or anything. I'm just trying to explain to people why JK should ride this out. I really do think he should do that. And I think that's what we talked about. And Dean joined us, so it's good to have Dean Chambers and his voice back on here. What about you, Dean? What do you think will happen? We haven't talked about that yet. It's hard to predict.
I think they'll budge probably on the year as an option and not as much on the annual salary.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the salary cap spreadsheet pretty much doesn't give you a whole bunch of wiggle room on that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's time for me to tell you about the Love Your Dubs Summit coming up.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me go to loveyourdubs.com. Loveyourdubs.com. And this is a summit for you guys. This is a summit for people that want to love the Warriors. Like, I'm tired of scrolling through my timeline and seeing people complaining about their own team all the time. And I want to feel good about my own team. That's what the summit is all about. And we've got a huge speaker list. There's like 30. We got Kelena Azubuike. I interviewed him last night, and it's a great one. There's going to be dropping on social pretty soon, a little bit of a teaser, and I can't wait for you to actually know what that's all about. But you are going to have to join the summit. So everybody just go to loveyourdubs.com. What will happen is when you register for free, there's a chance for you to upgrade. I'm going to give you a discount to the upgrade right now. So if you type in Curry30 is your discount code after you register for free, that'll get you 36% off. Yeah, 17 divided by 47. Normally it's 47. So instead of 47. So Curry30 is your discount code. So go check that out. So loveyourdubs.com. My iPhone changed it to Love YouTube, which I do. Loveyourdubs.com with Curry30 as your coupon code after registering for free.
How long does the discount offer last, Rich?
It lasts until midnight, but at midnight I'll change it to add another day. It's already built into the system. We're a day late. I was only gonna do this for 48 hours, but we'll shift everything back. Oh, I got Jim Mayer, the scorekeeper, who's been the Warrior scorekeeper for 60 years. And the crazy thing about that is his wife used to run a preschool where I had a family member attending. So this is like totally small world. It's crazy. We got Yossi Goslin doing a cap sheet analysis for us. There will be a basic version, and then there will be a more interesting look at the salary cap evolution since Kevin Durant left. That part will be part of the bonus part, which you'll want to get. Look, I know people on Twitter and all the social media platforms usually want this type of content for free, but we are going deep with a lot of these guys. Coach Nick going to do a breakdown on Kuminga. He's also going to do a rehash of the 2015 split cuts, Steve Kerr stuff. That part will be free, but the Kuminga analysis, that will be behind the paywall. And just all of these guys, John Dickinson and Janie McCauley are together, and boy, they really they're objective reporters, and yet you're sitting there going, wow, I really do remember all that stuff that happened at Oracle, and it is pretty amazing stuff. And even Janie made a call back to the We Believe team. We got you get 15% discount with Salves, Adapt, and Collect Select. If you want some of these apparel, really strong local brands, 15% off. That's part of your $30 ticket. So Curry 30 is the discount code to get all that for $30. I mean, you could. Some people who are devout apparel buyers of Collect and Select, it'll pay for itself just based on what they're going to buy. And we got some surprise guests lined up as well. And one of them is going to be this NBA trainer, which is right here. And he used to train Steph Curry. So we'll get a little insight on him. But that one is also going to be behind the paywall. But it's just like all of this stuff. And if I'm sitting there doing an interview and I just got off the interview with Dance Cam Mom and Paul Wong of We Believe fame, which, by the way, Paul Wong gave me something, a little nugget that I didn't even know. When did he start the We Believe movement? You'll be surprised by that answer. That one I might actually do for free, but his whole interview is probably for free. But like, all of this stuff is it's hard to get these guys organized together. So you could think of it just as a donation for all the hours that I put into this. And we're going to launch a membership. So we're going to do like what I can tell you so far is like our post-game analysis. We'll do the watch parties, and then the post-game analysis will go into the membership and really do some deep dives, looking at, film, getting all the interviews, and hopefully we'll have a feet on the street actually there, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're going to really take some deep dives, look at a lot more film than we did last year, and do more interviews. So we'll have more people chiming in from Chase Center, and we'll rotate them. So yeah, I'll be a little bit more motivated to do that, assuming that the membership kind of takes off, and then you guys can help me figure out what to put in the membership. The membership will get a discount. You get the first month for $1. Again, it's all part of the $30 package. You get our Discord for free, so you get the live feeds, that in and of itself, I feel is worth 30. But right now it's priced at $5 a month, just like the Substack. I'll write more on Substack, and so you'll get a free subscription to that. So, just try it out for a month and see if you like it. And also the discount code to get you into the summit with everybody. And all of these presentations and all of these interviews, it's hard to just show up for the broadcast of that, which is going to happen on Thursday, the 25th, Friday, the 26th, Saturday, the 27th. Kind of have a more flexible schedule that day. Surprise guests and whatnot. Sunday, and then Monday is media day, and then we'll go live that night and bring on a reporter who went to media day. So there's a lot. There's really a lot. And to keep track of all this, you get a podcast feed. So again, this is for the $30 ticket. So it's all included. Whereas if you just sign up for free, yeah, you're going to get Yossi Goslin free version. You're going to get Coach Nick free version, Franco Finn. You won't necessarily get Kelena Azubuike and all the other guys listed in red on loveyourdubs.com, but you still get a lot for free.
But the point is also that it helps moving forward into the membership as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You want to get in as early as possible for the $30 fee, because that it will benefit you down the line compared to waiting to pay later. And I understand some people can't afford not the free stuff, but what me and Rich have talked about, and I won't say what that is, Rich, but it's really going to be very, very cool. I think if you guys love the Warriors as much as you do, and the amount of times I've seen people say I love coming to this channel because it's an escape from the world, or it's it's a family. Like, you're going to get more of that the more people sign up to help Rich and alongside Rich, me, produce that type of stuff, and I really hope you guys genuinely consider it, because the more we get to do with the Warriors, the better it is. This is the best part of my day, many days, if not most days, coming on here and chatting with you guys and being with Rich. And I think a lot of you probably feel the same way. And this is an excellent opportunity to get more from us, and I really, really hope you consider it if you have the ability to do so. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's even set up that I'll give you a money back guarantee if you truly don't feel like you're getting a Kevon Looney Players Tribute to the Warriors franchise, to Roracle. If you don't feel those high vibes after going through our summit, then I will not have done my job. It's like, I want you to feel good about your team, and I guarantee you this will make you feel really good about the Warriors. And I just don't know that that's possible in this day and age. And this is definitely something really different. And it's really just a movement, it's a tribe. So this is the introduction to that. And thank you, Dean, for your kind words on that. And
get in on the ground floor. Come on.
Thank you. Yeah. So, if there's any questions, you can always hit us up, either rich@letsgowarriors.com or loveyourdubs@letsgowarriors.com. But yeah, that's kind of the presentation of this. And I'm still getting speakers as we speak. It's pretty cool. Like, just before I went live, I got a yes from the guy that designed the 2017 Town jerseys. So that we're going to get the inside story on him, and you get the full length video. I love that part. Like, it's just, man, it just really feels good to be a Warriors fan when you talk to these inside people. Like, these inside people, the most outside people that you will talk to is basically Dance Cam Mom and Paul Wong. Like, but they're also inside the arena too. So
Yeah.
like, there isn't really anybody really that far removed. I just talked to this morning, Dub Nation France. They have made trips here to watch the Warriors every year for the past 3 years. It went from 20 people to 50 to 100. This year, who knows how many, 150, maybe 200. And they'll be here in April. So, it was good to get a Frenchman's perspective on the Warriors, especially what happened last summer.
Yeah.
So it was great to hear his perspective on that as well. So there's just a lot of great people in this lineup. I haven't even talked about Bram of Warriors Huddle. He's been on here before. He's really good. We got the stories from Christian Martin and Evan Lessler, who's a legend at Adapt, and Mike Liwanog of Savs. Like, Draymond Green brought his like entourage to their warehouse, because I mean, this cannot happen in this day and age anymore. Back then, Draymond Green said, "All right, I'll come over and check out your t-shirts and your swag and your sweatshirts." That was the one where it was the Three God. So it was like a play on the Sean Livingston one, and the Drake album coming out. If you're reading this, then Steph Curry has won the MVP, that one. And Steph wore the t-shirt on the parade bus. So that was just mind-boggling time. So we have those three guys, those legends of apparel, and then we got another legend of apparel. You know who I'm this close to getting? How about this? This close to getting. If I get this guy, then would you do this? I'm this close to getting Latouche. Do you guys know who that is? That's Jonathan Kuminga's fashion designer. That's Jonathan Kuminga's custom fashion guy, and he's killing it. He just had a fashion show in Harlem, featured his whole line. And the thing is, this guy, Latouche, I don't actually know his real name yet. I got to go get his real name at some point, but he was honored to be part of this summit. And I'm saying, nah, man, I'm honored to have you in it. And so we're working out the logistics, but I love people like that.
No, honestly, we should give for the people who pay and go through the whole summit. We should like print out a little like diploma or something, like you are officially a Warriors expert, because this is really, we're going to go into, there are going to be no nooks and crannies left, before the beginning of the season, and especially, it's such a good time to get going, because right after that it's media day, then it's preseason and training camp and all that. I mean, it's right after. This is gonna be the spark to the beginning of this season for this channel, and our community, all of us, and obviously, all the blue wrenches and the regulars and everybody like that, it's a really remarkable opportunity, and I hope that this, I don't know what you're thinking, Rich, but I hope that this becomes like an annual thing, almost, if it's possible. I know it's a lot of work. For you.
Oh, it's a lot of work the first time.
Yeah,
but we're getting there.
The more substantial it gets, the more it would be great to just start off the season with all this inside information, and God, it'd be great.
You have no idea the speakers that have said yes. It's just that the follow through, Why? Because this hasn't been done before, and there's kind of sitting there waiting to see who else is going to jump on and this and that. But if I do get them, then it's going to be even better. And I pretty much got these guys in the future. I have no doubt in my mind. If not this summit, the next one, but I think they'll still hop on for this one. But it's already, a pretty good roster, I would say.
Yeah.
And really, you know what this is? This is like my attempt to get out there and find more Dean Chambers to join. Yeah.
You're trying to replace me already, huh, Rich?
No, I'm trying to find more people like you, It's like, where are our, people? So, oh, nice. Whoa.
Hey.
I spread the word on 95.7 the game. What does that mean? Do you call in? Is that what that means? Who is TG? TG. Is there somebody at 95.7 that has the initials TG? No idea. But no, thank you. Whatever you're doing, even if that means calling in from the road, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you very much.
One guy that I know that would probably do this, it's just that I'm so burnt out by now, is actually Bonte Hill. I think he'd be a perfect fit. I just haven't asked them because I have so many people from NBC Sports Bay Area already, and he's officially NBC Sports Bay Area. Although you can think of him as 95.7, so maybe I made a mistake on that. I guess I should hit him up.
Oh, they said in the YouTube chat. Yeah, great. Yeah, well, please spread the word about the summit. We want
thank you. Yeah.
We want as many positive Warriors fans as possible to be able to experience.
Don't forget.
Experience Rich's brilliance here.
30. Thanks. Yeah. So maybe we should do an unboxing right now because someone in the summit. Actually, I purchased something from someone in the summit to support what he was doing. So there's the box. Let me get a box cutter. All right, y'all. I got to record this on my.
You want to go single screen for this, Rich, or do you want me to stay on?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Huh?
No, it's up to you.
Let me see how it looks. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this. You're right there. I lost my light. Hold on. All right, box. This one is from Glenn Robinson's friend, Glenn Robinson III. His friend, Joe Burton, wrote a book. Actually, here's the book. Joe Burton wrote Basketball is Like Life, and Glenn Robinson III wrote the foreword, as you can maybe see right there. Yep. And here you go, Instagram. Forward by Glenn Robinson, and TikTok. Forward by Glenn Robinson III. And what we're going to do now is open this up. See if I can do this with one hand and record it on my other phone. Look at this. We got live on Instagram, we got live on YouTube, and we got live on TikTok. And we're going to do an unboxing here with one hand. Ooh. Basketball is like life. So that is what we got from Joe Burton. Go check it out. Joe Burton, Basketball is Like Life. A lot of good anecdotes there. Oh, got a little basketball on the side. So that's cool. Basketball on the side. Yeah. So everybody, Basketball is Like Life by Joe Burton. He will be part of the summit. If I show you right here, let's go. Whoops. Share screen. Joe Burton right here. And that's what we're doing.
Beautiful.
All right.
Man.
So loveyourdubs.com. Until actually the Curry 30 will work. I'll put in another extension on that coupon code. And yeah, tweet stuff. Okay. Pinky, what did I miss? Oh, I mean, loveyourdubs.com. You'll see it there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So any questions, or we're good? So we talked about Kuminga, and it's interesting to get the new numbers and to see how Lacob's trying to lowball him. But
he's trying to make sure Kuminga knows his own value, you know. He'll use
Lacob is being and, should be fun. Yeah, I just love the fact that we kept it real with everybody here, and like Franco and DJ Sharp, they are so optimistic about this team, like even more so than me, I would say. Like they're just so like they totally bleed blue and gold. They just do it because, granted, they are working for them, but at the same time, just the support. They're just so supportive of the team, and I'm here to honor that support and give you the ammunition to justify that support. How we did that today was looking at the cap sheet here and making sure that all the numbers made sense. And so you can go into this whole stalemate of Jonathan Kuminga understanding both sides. And really the conclusion that I have is that it's really nobody's fault. And yet everybody has a little bit of responsibility. We even talked about Steph having a responsibility for this. Not yet, but once JK's in the locker room, I'm sure Steph will do everything he can to make sure everyone on the team is happy with their role. He's going to try. So, yeah, I feel good about this team no matter what. And I'll keep getting you the people and the spreadsheets and the news feeds like our Discord and the other people that think positively like Dean Chambers and all these people on the lineup for the Love Your Dubs Summit. Ready to go. Siobhan, wow. You're not too, hey, I mean, you made it. Wait a minute. What time is it? 9:49. Ooh, let's look it up. Current time, India. Current time, India, which is 1.5 hours before Philippines.
Hey.
Oh, it's 10:19.
Oh, yeah. A lot of India has the half-hour thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Yeah, interesting.
Why are you so late, bro? No, kidding.
Yeah. Come on, Siobhan.
Oh, dismiss that. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else?
We're just kidding. We're just kidding. Yeah, just this is gonna be kind of a new opportunity for the whole community on here, I think. And I really, if you guys can, please send a couple happy bucks Rich's way, and yeah, get in on the ground floor right now. That's my suggestion to you. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're still going to do, a lot of the stuff that that people like for free. Obviously, we don't want to cut people out, who are who just can't afford it right now. But if you can, I'm telling you, this is going to be worth it for the summit alone, but even after that as well, And I'm super excited to just experience it. Rich has really put together something that I'm not sure any other basketball team has done, much less a channel covering the team. You know, I think it'll be really, really remarkable. You know? And I'm just super excited. Yeah, and thank you for having me on. It's been far too long. You know.
Yeah, it has.
It's great to be back.
Thank you for being on and
Yes, sir.
helping explain everything. Like you said, it's a little bit crazy on my part, but you know what, Dean? I thought about it this morning because, boy, I tell you what. Okay, first of all, oh man, all of these thoughts suddenly jumped out at me, and I wanted to, man, we went a whole hour without me writing any notes, but I want to talk about, just to close this out, on doing hard things in your life. Okay, so I'm talking with various people, trying to see who should I get as a speaker and this and that. John Dickinson and Janie McCauley, JD, is on the Zoom call, and he goes, "Oh, the security guards, man, at Oracle," which also includes the ushers. And I'm like, "Oh, you're right. I need to get one of them on the summit, because you don't normally think of that. Oh, let's get an usher." But they were so nice to me over the years, and a lot of the video that you get, you will see John pop his head in and go, "Hey," and James helped me out. So John worked in section 102, which is right behind the Warriors bench, and James is in section 21. So I called up my guy Benzino. Maybe he's on the Instagram right now. Benzino, I tell him, "Hey, how can you get a hold of John for me?" Because he used to be right there. And I met Benzino in Houston on the road. Benzino was there with the Klay Thompson jersey, and standing right next to Lacob on the baseline by the tunnel.
Nice.
So I asked Benzino, "Hey, can you get a hold of John? Because I would like to have him. I would like to interview him and have him here." Also, James. James happens to be on Instagram, but he doesn't check his DMs every day. But I hope to get James. Come to find out, John passed away. So that part was like tough. That was tough for me. But yeah, thank you, John, if you're watching all the times. He was so nice to me. And so that led to other fans that I know that regularly watch games from section 21 or what have you. And one of them is the Fist of Dub Nation, and yeah, so I talked to all these different people, and yeah, sometimes they're going through stuff themselves where it's hard. So we try and support each other, and try and get through to the next day. And so some of these guys it was hard to book them for an interview because they're going through some challenges here and there. And I thought about it and was like, man, this whole summit that I'm trying to organize, that in and of itself is a challenge. But I almost feel like it's like my future self has planned it this way. Like, I'm not here to, like, my future self is looking back and going like, "Rich, man, I know it seems like you're having a bad day, or X, Y, and Z people who you wanted as speakers, and who tons of people would be even more excited about, like maybe they haven't gotten back to you just yet. But why would I ever make it this easy for you? You got to go through some things and make it interesting and see how you get through the obstacles. And a lot of it is in your mind, a lot of it is your brain saying, no, I want to stay safe and just stay right here. Well, brain, right here is like, the YouTube isn't really growing that as fast as it used to be. And the algorithm changes all the time. Are we sure that this is that comfortable? Let's shimmer the field. Let's in Wardell voice, let's flip it on its head. Let's try something. And this one feels right. And so, yeah, it's a bit of an experiment. It's very difficult. But I realized that it's like, I want to do difficult things with my life. I don't want to just sit on the couch and, watch TV all day. I want to go and do things, progress society. And it's going to be hard. I'm not going to choose impossible tasks, but I'm going to choose ones that really test me. And this one is really testing me. So, but it's a journey too. And I think when you look at it in the long game, this was absolutely the right choice to do. Let's see where it goes. I feel like sometimes it's just going to be a force of will. Like, just like Jason Tatum, 5 years old. I want to be an NBA player, And guess what happened? Like his mind was just absolutely dedicated to that. Right now, my mind is absolutely dedicated to this and getting us to a mental state where we're feeling like we're part of the team. And that really is a different approach. And it's not easy to accomplish that. But I've done it. And I want you guys to feel it. And I'm trying to pave the way for the transformation that's about to take place, where you guys can get all of the resources that you need, build up that knowledge. If you don't have the stories of being at Oracle, you'll get it from somebody else. Paul Wong will share it with you. He'll share all of that as much as he can with you, and yeah, he's also retired from going to Warriors games. He is now focused on the Valkyries. But yeah, good choice. But yeah, these guys have a wealth of experiences and things that they saw with the Warriors along the years that will really help you, like a tree and its roots.
Like an oak tree.
An oak tree, the town tree. Yep. So I just had to kind of get that off my chest. Like, I know it's hard for you out there, but that's part of it. Like, I almost feel like, if time isn't necessarily linear, then there's a piece of you in the future that's kind of going, this is good for you, bro. This is good for you. Trust me on this. So that's how I look at it in terms of the difficulties. And yeah, your first impression is like, oh man, why me? Why doesn't this work out for me? Just, how come? You want to control it so much. You want to control, and you want to DM that guy one more time and just kind of force the action. Nah, let it happen. It's gonna happen, and play the long game. And that's so hard to do, man. It's so hard. Monty Pool, if you're listening, my fault. I've been on Monty Pool so much lately, but I will back off. We did finally got confirmations from certain other reporters, and that's good enough. And I think Monty will come through at the end of the day. So just wanted to share that. It's hard to do, man, mentally, to kind of go, all these hardships. Okay. First of all, my brain wants to protect me. But second of all, what is life without challenges? So it's so tough. So tough. But I got
you know
back,
what?
guys. Support.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dean.
I was just gonna say, you know what, too, is like, for me, if you had told me when I left college that I'd be back trying to get straight A's, working, doing Let's Go Warriors, taking care of a cat, all that, by myself until recently, that would have totally freaked me out, Oh, I don't know if I can do that. But it just sort of happened, and it was good. It was good feeling like, that you're able to do all this stuff. And I think, when we're celebrating, God willing, when we're celebrating the 10th anniversary or the 10th annual summit, you'll look back and go like, wow, this is really, it's just natural. It's a little bit of work, but look at how much the team has grown and hopefully have a few more championships. It's only 10 years, it's hard to win titles, but you never know, and we were, all of you guys are at the ground floor of that, and we did something that no other team regularly had, and it's just sort of easy now. It's just fine, It's not like this huge weight because now you know what you're doing, and so I totally get where you're coming from there, Rich. And the other thing is, this isn't bad for anyone, and we're all getting to be part of something that we love to do, So
Thanks.
Hey, it's better than breaking your back doing a job you hate. Gosh.
Hey, Chris playing basketball on Instagram says I joined. Thank you.
Hey. Thank you.
And then he doesn't like Kuminga. Oh, don't say that.
We'll turn that oil tanker around one towboat at a time.
Oh, it says it wasn't I joined, it's just that he joined. But anyway, you're right, because I look back, the first basketball tournament I ever organized, 6 teams. And then later on I organized bigger and bigger ones. And the first basketball league I ever organized, 9 teams. And then it became 125 in the Bay Area, without really the help of the internet. It was like a bunch of spreadsheets trying to keep track of that. It was crazy. And so, yeah, I think I'm built for this, honestly. If there's one guy out there that can put together a summit for basketball fans, I feel like, my mom my friend Kevin always reminds me of this. My mom used to organize the Chinese Summer Festival in San Jose. So got all the, Chinese community to come to a festival in San Jose. And so, like, it's part of my blood part of my DNA is to bring everybody together. I just, even when I was a kid, I always wanted, us to come together like a family. Let's all, be in one room, let's all, love each other, so this is right up that alley, and looking forward to it. And every day got a lot to do. I've got to go edit a whole bunch of video. I got to go teach Dean how to edit the stuff. Man, Dean,
I checked out that link that you sent, by the way. It seemed fairly intuitive, I would say. Still a few things, obviously, to figure out, but yeah.
Yeah, honestly, after this live, if you're up to it, we should learn how to keep doing that. So, are you available, Dean?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that, guys. Can you believe that? Rich and Dean are about to log off, but we're going to go do summit work. So check it out. Can't wait to see for you guys to see the end product. All right, next live. I was just gonna go live every night, honestly. Maybe just go down the list. Dean, you don't have to, but like I'll be around and just keep promoting the summit and keep talking about warrior stuff. Maybe I'll just go player by player. Maybe I'll rehash. Who knows? Just keep it open end. So thanks everybody. So next live, why don't we go? Well, let's ask Shivansh.
Yeah.
What time should we go live? Who knows? Probably tomorrow. Valkyries are going to play Wednesday. That'll be the live on Wednesday. So next live is tomorrow, Tuesday.
That's the home game, right? Do they have a home game?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's going to be tough because it's less about the Valkyries and more about the Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx are just the way they execute. Like, I don't even see NBA teams execute that way, but it's not the NBA team's fault. It's just the fact that the NBA is so athletic. So sometimes you get away from the X's and O's. You get away from basketball IQ because there's no need to when you're that athletic. Let's go with 8 o'clock tomorrow for whatever warrior stuff for Valkyries we want to talk about. Yeah, 8 o'clock tomorrow Pacific.
Yeah, and don't be late, Shivansh.
And so I think we're in trouble, but I'm still rooting for the Valkyries. They played a great first quarter, but just Minnesota is just so technically sound. Like, that's the best basketball team on the planet right now in terms of just executing stuff on the floor. Like,
you think they're going to win the title?
I think they'll win the title.
Wow.
OKC is like, I mean, look, OKC is the best team on the planet, but the best basketball executing team on the planet is the Minnesota Lynx. Maybe there's a EuroLeague team. I doubt it, because EuroLeague still, you need a little bit of athleticism. It's not all below the rim. Like, it's just, honestly, when you're watching a Valkyries game and Minnesota's just doing whatever they need, and then Nafisa Collier cleans up the mess if they really need a bucket, and you're playing championship level defense like the Valkyries have, like, how can I do anything but tip my cap to that? That's like a coach's dream, is to see a team not just hustle, but execute screens perfectly, execute cuts perfectly, execute passes perfectly, call out the right play at the right time. Like Cheryl Reeve, I can see why she was Team USA's coach. Like, she's brilliant calling out these plays, and you see them running these plays. It's just like, wow, that's innovative. I really like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, just the Valkyries even being here at all, is pretty remarkable,
Yeah.
I think,
congrats.
Expansion first-year team.
Yeah.
I hope they win. I hope they win one.
Natalie's definitely winning Coach of the Year. There's no doubt in my mind. Veronica already won Most Improved Player, but I think the more important one for her that is deserving that she'll probably not get is all WNBA, because when she plays, like, she reads the passing lane. She gets, like, how does she do it? Like, just both ends of the floor. And yeah, she'll get into turnover mode sometimes, but that's really only when against, honestly, elite defenses that stifle the rest of the team, where Veronica feels like she needs to do extra. When she feels like she needs to do extra and we're having stagnation because we don't have the star, then Veronica turns the ball over. So that part is on the stat book, but I don't really even blame her that much. Aces haven't lost. So yeah, that'd be a great matchup, Aces against Lynx. I haven't watched the Aces in a while, and I would love to see how good they are now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's call it a night because I'm going to go live tomorrow night as well. Let's bring on the Cholo file, even though it's time to upgrade to the. Well, we need Jonathan to sign back as a warrior first. One thing at a time.
Maybe tomorrow.
How was that? There it is.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Today he came back. He came here today talking about how he got a new blicky.
For the uninformed, what's a blicky?
How you don't know about no blicky, man? You had a blicky? You told me you had a blicky growing up. Yeah. You was a shooter. A strap. Yeah, that's a blicky.
More
fire. Brate. Thanks, Dean.
Thank you, Rich.
Appreciate you. Look, check your texts. I'll send you the link for this.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, thanks.